दर्शकवृन्द नमस्कार अनि हार्दिक स्वागत छ आजको यो विशेष प्रस्तुतिमा। आजको विशेष प्रस्तुतिमा हामी प्रेम, विवाह र यौनको बारेमा कुराकानी गर्छौं र कसरी शैतानले यसलाई दुरुपयोग गरिराखेको छ र परमेश्वरको योजना र बाइबल अनुसार हुनुपर्ने चाहिँ के हो, यो विषयमा हामी कुराकानी गर्छौं। र आजको कार्यक्रम चाहिँ नेपालीमा भन्दा पनि हामी अंग्रेजीमा गर्नेछौं। मैले इन्ट्रो मात्र गरेँ, अंग्रेजीमा गर्न चाहन्छु गर्छौं किनभने हाम्रो साथमा पाहुना हुनुहुन्छ अतिथि पाउल हाइलिनबर्ग। उहाँ चाहिँ हल्यान्ड वा नेदरल्यान्डको व्यक्ति हुनुहुन्छ अनि उहाँले नेपालमा एउटा सेवकको रूपमा धेरै वर्ष काम गर्नुभयो अनि उहाँले 3वटा विभिन्न पुस्तकहरू लेखिसक्नु भएको छ। प्रेमको नदीलाई कसरी नियन्त्रण गर्ने, यो चाहिँ यही नै अंग्रेजीमा कन्ट्रोलिङ द रिभर अफ लभ भन्ने जो छ यो छ। त्यसपछि उहाँले शिर र सहयोगी भनेर दम्पतिको लागि पारिवारिक जीवनमा कसरी राम्रो सुमधुर सम्बन्ध कायम गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने विषयमा उहाँले लेख्नु भएको छ र उहाँको नयाँ किताब पनि छ, मे योर फाउन्टेन बी ब्लेस्ड, तपाईको झरना चाहिँ आशिषित होस्, फोहरा आशिषित होस्। यो चाहिँ यौन दाम्पत्य जीवनमा यौन सुख कसरी भन्ने विषयमा केन्द्रित छ। त्यसैले तपाईलाई स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। एन्ड इफ यु आर वाचिङ इट फ्रम आउटसाइड of Nepali speaking society, today's talk show, I want to welcome you to today's talk show. Today we'll be talking about love, sex and marriage. What does Bible say? What is the purpose of marriage, love and sex in God's heart? What does Bible say? What is the intention of God for this purpose? So we will talk about this, and we have a guest with us today, Paul Haylinburg. He is from Holland or Netherlands, and he was a missionary here in Nepal for quite a long time. Now he lives in Netherlands, but he is a traveling teacher. He's a good relationship speaker. He's known, and people, Nepali Christian society here, they knows him as a good speaker about relationships. So we will have a wonderful talk together with Paul. So I want to welcome you to our talk show.
Thank you.
Okay, what is the purpose of your visit this time in Nepal?
Well, I would say Sabailai Jaimasi. I often come to Nepal to visit Nepali friends and to encourage especially people in the church and with teaching on marriage and family, relationship, sexuality. And I try to do that 2 or 3 times a year, and I really enjoy teaching and coming to Nepal.
Okay. You were a missionary in Nepal for quite a... How many years is that? From when to when?
Well, I lived in Nepal 91 to 94.
Okay.
And then we moved to Siliguri in India 96 to 2002. So altogether we spent 11 years teaching with churches in Nepal and Northeast India.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you speak Nepali, and do you also speak Bangla?
No, I do speak some Nepali. Maaf गर्नुस्, मेरो नेपाली कम्ती भएकोले म इङ्ग्लिसमा बोल्न पर्छु. But I don't speak Bangla. Only a little bit I picked up. But I'm learning Chinese.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you also have a passion to go to China, or what? What is the reason you are learning that?
I have a passion to teach also the Chinese Christians on a very much needed topic of marriage and sexual life.
Wow.
Yes.
So how long have you been learning this language?
I've been learning Chinese since last year, but we've been working with Chinese people, doing marriage seminars with Chinese people the last 4 years.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Nin hao.
Huh?
Ni hao. Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Okay. Now, Paul, let's talk about what is the purpose of marriage. What is the reason behind marriage? What does Bible say?
Well, as we speak indeed from the Bible, we can see if you see a threefold purpose of marriage in Genesis. Threefold in Genesis 1 and 2.
Okay.
1 and 2. First of all, we see God created man and woman, male and female, in His own image. Then God created Adam, and then out of Adam He created Eve, and then in marriage He said, let man leave his father and mother, be united to his wife, and be one. And third one, that said they were both naked and they had no shame. So I see three, and then God also blessed them and said, go and multiply and go and rule over the earth. So we can't look into God's mind, but we can see that God created male and female equally in his image, and he created them so they can be one together. I think that's the biggest purpose of marriage, for a man and a woman to live in unity together, to be one, to love one another, encourage one another, build each other up. And it says they were both naked, they had no shame. So God wants a male and a female, a husband and a wife, to be intimate together, to really know each other's heart, to know each other's bodies, and to have a relationship where they're not hiding anything, but enjoying and living together. And then God blessed them and said, rule over the earth. So I also see the purpose that a man and a woman serve God together. Be it in society, be it in the church. Man and woman are different, and God calls them not just the man to work and the woman to sit in the house, but for man and woman to serve God together with the same purpose.
There are some mission groups or societies, sometimes they don't encourage families to be in the ministry. They sometimes support only one husband, and they send it into mission field quite a long time, and the wife is in home taking care of the family. And when I asked some of the people, and they said, our mission, our organization only sponsors me. They don't send me enough money, and so my wife has to be in the home. And where the ministers are not sometimes giving a value to the family, but more priority to the ministry than the value. And so biblically looking, God's purpose is that they will be together, whether in ministry or other things. So it's unity together.
It doesn't mean that you're together in ministry, but you're serving God together with the same purpose, with the same goal. That can be in society, that can be in ministry. Now, that can be that one person is in ministry, the other is working in the house or working a normal job, but they should meet each other daily. Or I'm traveling alone now for 2 weeks, maximum 3 weeks, but I would never travel more than 3 weeks. Then I go back to my family and be with my wife, or we travel together. But I don't think it's in God's plan that a husband goes away for 1 year in ministry and come back. Sometimes the husband has to go to work in the Middle East or somewhere, and that is because there's not enough money, and that's a sad thing, but I think for ministry purpose that should never be the case.
Sometimes I think Western world has done pretty good balance in that area. They don't leave their spouse for long term.
No.
For a short time it is okay. I think that's wonderful. That's biblical. Whether it's for ministry or for business or whatever, taking care of the family, you have to go. But in our Asian society, people marry, and in the name of earning money, they go to outside for years and they don't come back. They have a wife, they have a children, they don't meet their father for quite a long time. And I've seen that. They got the money, but they lose the family sometimes. The divorce rate or the separation of the husband and of wife, and other man is coming in the life of woman, and other people also are maybe coming to the life of that man. So biblically looking, we shouldn't violate that rule. It needs to be together if possible. That's the will of God. Okay. I think the Nepali society needs to really hear this. Many times in the name of ministry, in the name of earning money for the family, we are sacrificing our families. So we need to be careful with that one. What have you found problem in the marriage? In Western world and in Asian or our world?
I think
what are the top problems in the marriage?
Top problems, I think, in the Western world, talking about Christian married people, the biggest problem is people are too busy.
Okay.
Husband is working, wife is working, children have to be taken care of, house has to be taken care of. So there's no much energy left to invest in a relationship. So the sexual relationship suffers, the emotional relationship suffers. And after 4 or 5 years being very busy, husband and wife says, who are you? Who are you? I don't have anything in common with you, so let's divorce. So they have all the money, and they have good jobs, and the children are doing well in studies, but the marriage is breaking apart, and because of that also the children suffer. So lack of committed time to each other, lack of commitment basically. We're more committed to jobs and to money and to church than to building a good relationship. I see that is the biggest problem in Christian marriages in the West.
I guess that is in the more developing countries problem, workaholic mentality. The work is and money.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes culture, do you think the culture, there is a social pressure, you have to earn, you have to pay, you have to sow, and that pressure people feel and they are working too much, both coming and earning, yes, money, yes, but financially, yes, good, but emotionally, family-wise, losing some special components.
Yes. So the marriage will suffer, and ultimately they will suffer financially because divorce is very bad
Costly
for your finances. Yeah.
Children also will suffer.
Children will suffer because there's no parents divorce, and then the two families, and there's a lot of complication for the children. Yeah.
At least speaking about the children, I think Asian world will think for the children's sake also they will stay together, whether sometimes they do fight, but because of the children's sake also. Western world more generally, in my knowledge, if they cannot stay together, they don't care, let's separate.
Yes, I think there's a big difference in expectation of marriage. In the Western world we expect emotional fulfillment in the marriage.
Okay.
In the Asian world,
Physical.
no, it's more to produce children. And you can have your other relationship outside of marriage, but the children are more important than the emotional fulfillment between husband and wife. So in Western society, if there's no emotional fulfillment, people say there's no reason in marriage, so we do our own thing. And in Asian societies, people stay more together to build the family, to be the house, and they were not expecting emotional fulfillment. So they have their emotional fulfillment outside the house.
Like in Nepal, husband, a wife, they don't care whether they say the word I love you, hugging, kissing, publicly showing love. It doesn't matter to us. It's not a big deal, so to say. But the Western world, I see the difference there. People expect you to show, be expressive. Verbal love is also very important, where in Western, Eastern doesn't matter so much.
No.
Practically needed.
That's right. In the West, love is more expectation of feelings. In the East, it's more a commitment to the family, to the relationship. So that's a big difference, in expectation and experience.
So, without that knowledge, relationships speakers of this culture will not be able to impact so much in Western world, and Western relationship speakers without knowing the culture of this area also cannot impact. So knowing the culture
is very important,
helping you to communicate the way they will understand. You see that?
Yes, and I think we both can learn from each other and should learn from each other.
Yes.
But as Christians, our biggest concern is, what does God's plan, what does the Bible say, and how does God want husband and wife to live together? And that is regardless whether we're from the East or the West. Now, our culture colors the picture, but the basic picture is the same. So if God says husband and wife should be one together and be naked and have no shame, be intimate together, then that's his design, his plan, regardless what our culture thinks or does or paints a picture.
Sometimes people are also hiding their money, the plan, the project, agendas from spouse,
Yeah.
but biblically they should be open. They should walk in the light.
Yes. And
So
if
do you see the hiding part has also played a major role in divorce or breaking the families in West and East?
Well, yeah, as soon as we start hiding from each other, it will damage the relationship. Yeah. And if you look at Proverbs 31, it paints the picture about the most perfect wife. It speaks about trustworthy, not being afraid that things disappear, and it speaks about actually a very open, equal relationship. A wife who earns money, a husband who earns money, but they share, they stand up, they give praise to each other. So, yeah. But once we start hiding, doing our own thing, I mean, the purpose of marriage disappears. So in the West, then people say, forget about it. And we do our own thing. In the East, people stay together because culture, tradition, but
pressure.
But there's no fulfillment in a marriage. So we both suffer on both sides. Yeah.
So to build a healthy family, what are the top essential things you see as a family relationship teacher?
Yes. Good. I brought a picture here. It's called Building a House of Oneness.
Okay.
As a Christian family, our foundation, our identity is in Jesus Christ. And the 4 pillars that hold any relationship together, being husband, wife, parent, children, is first of all expressing love to each other, agape love, like Jesus showed on the cross. He sacrificed himself in love. And second is respect.
Okay.
Respect for husband and wife is very important. Respect is actually saying, it says in Philippians, consider the other higher than yourself. If I consider my wife higher than myself, I treat her respectfully. If she considers me higher than herself, she treats me respectfully. And those 2 pillars, love and respect, are most important in marriage. And they lead us to understanding, to try to understand the personality, who is this person, what is the family background, what are her values, what is important to her. The more we work on understanding each other, the more trust there will be in our relationship. And those 4 pillars, I think, are the main ingredients for any healthy relationship.
So love, honor, trust, and understanding.
And understanding, yes.
So loving each other, honoring each other, trusting each other, and understanding
each other, yes.
4
if
pillars.
you work on those 4 pillars, our relationship will be very strong. And to me,
many people think money is the pillar.
Many people think money is the pillar.
Friendship is the pillar. Job is the pillar.
Yes, but this is not the house of Lakshmi. It's the house of oneness.
Okay.
Now we all need money. We need money to eat. We need money for education. We need money for house. We need money for clothing. And money is a big thing in marriage, but it's not our purpose.
It's not the foundation.
If you want to earn money, don't get married, don't have children. You can have all the money for yourself. But if you want relationships, then they should be having priority above making money.
Okay, the pillars. And I see other 3 layers also there.
Yes, there are 5 layers on the top.
Okay.
And there are actually 5 ingredients that are needed to make those pillars strong.
Okay.
So spending time together.
Spending time together
is very important.
Okay. So communication.
Well,
spending time.
But spending time is doing a game with your children, going for a walk with your wife, giving time to each other.
Sometimes cooking together, cleaning together.
Yes.
Together,
yeah. But watching TV together is not spending time together.
Okay.
We should be having attention for each other, talk to each other.
So attention
be
is
available.
taken by television or other things. So both needs to have attention, listening.
We should be
time,
available for one another.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And
so commitment to the relationship. That means my relationship with my wife is more important than my relationship with other people. Other people come second. The church comes second. My work comes second. Of course, I need to work. And if we're employed, there is strict times. But beside that, our relationship to my wife and family come before my friends, before my hobbies, before other things.
Nowadays, people are in front of their mobile device all the time. It's like their second wife or second husband.
Yes, it gives a lot of...
Do you think this is also taking the time
Definitely.
from spouse?
Definitely.
Yes.
And from children and from God.
Okay. So we also need to discipline this.
Very much, yes. I mean, our phones are our computers. There is news, there is movies, there is lots of interesting things, but they can rob our relationship from each other and from our children and from being with God. Yeah.
भनेपछि हाम्रो नेपालीहरूले बुझ्नको निम्ति चाहिँ हामीलाई कहिलेकाहीँ घोप्टे रोग लाग्न सक्दो रहेछ। यो घोप्टे रोग यसमा यसरी हिँ हुँ गर्न थाल्यो भने यसले हाम्रो परिवारबाट समय लैजान सक्ने रहेछ। त्यसैले यो रोगबाट पनि बच्नु पर्यो, डिसिप्लिन गर्नु पर्यो यसलाई। त्यसैले साथीहरू यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले डिसिप्लिन गर्न सकौँ, परिवारलाई समय दिनुपर्ने। एन्ड ओके, spending time together, and you also said that praising.
Giving praise to one another.
Okay.
It's very important that we give compliments to one another. Also as husband and wife, or especially as husband and wife. Say thank you for cooking, thank you for cleaning, because otherwise we take each other for granted. And then we think, oh, I might as well not clean, because nobody ever says thank you.
Okay.
So that is very important. Yeah.
Okay. Saying thank you.
Saying thank you.
Appreciating the work.
Yes.
Whether small or big.
Yes. Yes. And saying, oh, I think you handled our children very well today. I'm really impressed. You know? Saying what we think positively is very important.
Positive words.
Positive words, yes.
Sometimes we have lots of things to complain.
Sometimes, yes.
In the world, we have lots of things to complain,
yes.
but never forget to say thank you.
Yes.
That will
improve.
Make your family or relationship healthy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Other three on the top.
Three. Positive communication.
Okay.
And it comes together with resolving conflict. Now, every marriage, every relationship, there will be conflict. Two different people spending in one room, in one house. I mean, there will be conflict. And conflict can either break our marriage or it can make our marriage.
It can break or build.
Break or build, yes. Conflict does not have to be wrong. But if we ignore the conflict, if we act like there is no conflict, and there is no angry person in the house or disappointed person in the house, our marriage will break. But if we engage in the conflict, if we say, hey, I see you're angry, what's wrong? Or say, I am angry, I'm disappointed, no, we need to talk about this. If we resolve the conflict, it will make this relationship much stronger.
Sometimes some people, whether east or west, it doesn't matter, depending upon their personality, they don't want to express. They are very angry, they are very upset, they just don't like, they rather talk to their family members, but they will not talk to their spouse.
No, or talk to nobody.
Or they will not hold it in their heart. How dangerous it is for the family.
Destructive for any relationship. I'm also a person like that. I like to be quiet. If I'm angry, it's very difficult to talk, say what I'm angry. But I've learned my wife is a very quick talker. You know, whatever she thinks, she tells me.
She's expressive.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but
well, I guess often in family, people one is expressive, one is not expressive.
Yes. Yeah.
The problem, expressive can express, but when they don't express,
it's more a problem.
There's more problem.
Yes. So keeping things inside is very destructive for yourself and for your relationship. So for me, it really takes a lot of work, but I need to speak, and I need to engage with my wife, and she needs to learn not to attack me straight away, to listen more and to build a discussion together. And in that, we need positive communication, especially when you're angry or disappointed. If you be negative in your communication, it will shut everybody down. But even if you're disappointed, you can say, look, I really appreciate you, and yet what you did yesterday really caused pain to me. That is different from saying you're an awful, lousy, worthless person. So negative communication destroys the relationship.
I think we need to keep that in mind. Satan condemns, but Holy Spirit convicts. When we communicate, when we are not happy with a situation, whose side we are taking, we need to also, as a believer, we need to think, isn't it?
Yes.
When we are negatively condemning, putting everything in down, then we are agreeing with the Satan, which is the spirit of condemnation.
Yes.
But as a believer, we saw that weakness, specifically, not everything, generalizing, but in love, which will convict, hopefully, that person, which is the nature of Holy Spirit, godly
a good way of saying it.
so that both will be able to see this is for good, even though we do not like, right?
Yes.
So right way of communication is very important. I think I want to add, sometimes some people, I guess more women's, when they are expressive, as soon as their husband comes from outside, tired in work, frustrated, some problem in other thing, as soon as they come and they talk about that, that is also a wrong timing.
It's wrong timing, definitely.
Okay, so timing of communication is also very important.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
What do we say as a family counselor, teacher? What time is the best? For me, I will say, first, let them eat. Let them rest a little bit. And tell them in advance, we need to talk about this matter.
Yes.
So that we fix a time and we talk.
Yes.
So that mentally, spiritually, physically, we are ready to talk about the tough subject.
Yes.
What do you say about that?
I agree. Of course, communicating too much is better than communicating nothing. But it's wiser to like you say, to give advance notice. Say, look, I want to talk to about something tonight that bothers me. Shall we make some time after dinner? That will be the best. Or in the morning, depending on your schedule, your work commitment.
Okay. At least to the Nepalese families, let me say it in Nepali. कहिलेकाहीँ दिदी बहिनीहरू तपाईहरुलाई रिस उठेर हुन्छ वा दाजुभाइ पनि होला थोरै रिस उठेर हुन्छ यो चीज सुन्यो तपाईले फलानो व्यक्ति चाहिँ फलानोसँग मोटरसाइकलमा गएको छ वा फलानोले अर्कालाई पैसा दिएको भनेर खबर तपाईले सुन्नुभयो तपाईलाई रिस उठेर आछ नि अनि आउन साथ मैले थाहा पाएँ भनेर भन्नु भन्दा तपाईले खाना खाएपछि एउटा विषयमा कुराकानी गरौँ है र ब्याङ 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 ठोक्नु भन्दा मैले यो कुरा सुने तपाई आज कोसँग जानु भएको थियो तपाईले कसलाई किन पैसा दिनुभयो उसलाई उसको कुरा बताउने मौका दिनुपर्छ नत्र मैले सुने थाहा पाएँ सबै मलाई थाहा छ भने हामी शैतानको पक्षबाट बोल्दै छौं परमेश्वरको पक्षबाट हामीले सञ्चार गर्छौं हामीले ठीक प्रकारले कुराकानी गर्छौं प्रेममा ताकि उलाई बिल्ड अप गर्नको निम्ति ब्रेक गर्नको निम्ति होइन आई जस्ट said something striking for our Nepali society. Okay, let's continue. Let's talk about a little bit about your book. Prem ko nadilai kasari niyantran garne. This is very catchy, handy book. What is this all about?
Well,
what are the main 5 teachings, messages you will say?
The purpose of the book is some Nepali friends ask me, can you write something about AIDS prevention? Because AIDS was becoming a big problem
HIV/AIDS.
in Nepal, as well as other sexual diseases. So out of that request, I wrote this booklet, Controlling the River of Love.
Okay.
Because AIDS is a sexual disease, and it's a sexual transmittable disease. And I can talk about using condoms, of trying to, because that's the main teaching of preventing AIDS is to use condoms. Now, use condoms will stop a lot of sexual diseases, but it will not change people's sexual behavior. And it is our sexual behavior that causes a lot of sexual problems. So this is actually a book
or I say using condom does not avoid HIV sex or the sexual admitted disease.
It does avoid
completely.
Maybe 95%, but not 100%. But it's the behavior that needs to change.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Because I believe God has created us as sexual beings, and He said from the beginning, "Go and multiply." He said, "Be one." And if 2 virgins marry together, there can be no sexual disease whatsoever, no AIDS or no other any sexual disease. But if people start to have multiple sexual relations, all kinds of sexual diseases come. Now, a condom can stop that, but sexual life is mainly emotional. And that's where people suffer the most, is in their emotional life when they have multiple sexual relationships. There's a lot of emotional pain, and spiritual we also suffer. So I put it wholesome. I looked at the damage to the body, to the soul, and to the spirit, what's happening when we violate God's principles for sexual life. And God said a man should leave his father and mother and be united to his wife. So God gave the sexual life to us, and he gave the boundaries to practice that within sexual life.
Within the couple, within
the husband and the wife,
wife
together, yeah.
What damage it brings in the family when we violate the rule of biblical rule that says thou shalt not commit adultery? What happens?
Well, a big thing what happens is the pillar of trust will be broken.
Okay.
And once the pillar of trust is broken, the relationship will start to fall apart. We need 4 pillars to build a strong relationship. And that is.
But sometimes people are doing it very secretly.
Yes.
They don't know anything about that. So without the knowledge, that trust is still there.
Yes.
But how does that damage spiritually with the authority, with the relationship with God, with their capacity to teach and train other people?
Well, in that case, spiritually we will suffer in our relationship with God, because we're hiding sin in our life. We're not walking in the light. And ultimately that will affect the relationship, and God's blessing will disappear from our life. Yeah. So ultimately everybody will suffer. Yeah.
In my experience, as I've watched in the world, sexual sin will multiply. Whether your people will know or not, your children will repeat that problem. Spiritual children also repeats that problem. I have seen that spiritual sin, their parents' sin, going that problem to the generations.
Yes.
Spiritual generation and spiritual generation.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
In
Bible,
I can say I've seen it. I mean, in the Bible,
in Bible and in the society,
the Bible tells us that, and I think it's true. And I can't give any example of how that works in certain families, but eventually everything will suffer. We cannot hide sexual sin for a long time. I mean, the wife will notice, hey, my husband is hiding something, and she will start to doubt what is going on. Or the husband will start to doubt what is going on. And as soon as there's doubt, then it will be very hard to give each other sexually. So the sexual relationship will suffer, and ultimately everybody will suffer.
So controlling your river is important.
It's very important.
But that river needs to flow in its path.
Yes.
That is between husband and wife.
Yeah.
Okay. When it goes other side, then that's wrong.
Yeah.
But sometimes nowadays in Nepali society, I have seen people, they do also of sex fasting.
Sex fasting.
40 days, 100 days, and people have come and asked me, sir, what do you say about sex fasting?
Yes.
Ladies have asked me, and which is surprising to me. What do you say about sex fasting? Okay, I want to first hear from you, and I will also share my ideas to our Nepali families here.
Well,
have you heard about sex fasting?
I have not heard about it.
Okay.
But Paul in the Bible encourages us. He says the body of the wife belongs to the husband. The body of the husband belongs to the wife. Do not deprive each other. So the Bible is very clear on sexual relationship. Unless for a time of prayer and fasting, but not too long. And after that you come back together. So 100 days fasting from sexual life, I think, is not...
Or 40 days.
For 40 days is not healthy. So I would not encourage that. I would But people also see sex as unholy. No? Why should we stop worshipping God? No? Why should we stop eating food? No? Why should we stop having sex? It's a gift from God that has been given to us to make the relationship more strong and united. And we should not see it as an unholy thing that we should people should stop smoking. You know? They should stop overeating. They should stop other unhealthy things. But why stop a sexual relationship that is given by God? Now, for a few days of prayer and fasting, to be totally concentrated, it's good. But
if both are into fasting,
if people agree, they should both agree to that. Yes. If they don't both agree, then there's no unity also. So yeah.
In Nepal's case, women's are, let's say, 40 days fasting, 1 week, 40 days or 100 days fasting, and somehow they have taught other people to do so. And this group of ladies, pastor's wife, I guess, they asked me my opinion. दर्शकबिन हाम्रा नेपाली दाजुभाइ दिदीबहिनीहरूलाई म यो कुरा भन्न चाहन्छु, आजभोलि हाम्रो नेपाली समाजमा यौनको उपवास भन्ने कुरा पनि गरिएको छ, अर्थात् उपवासको समयमा यौन क्रिया नगर्ने भनेर भनिएको छ। एकचोटि मलाई एउटा ग्रुप, पास्टरको श्रीमतीहरूको ग्रुपले सोध्नुभयो, सर तपाईँको विचार के छ भनेर। मेरो निम्ति त्यो कुरा एकदमै अचम्मको कुरा थियो। 40 दिनसम्मको उपवासमा यौनलाई इन्कार गर्ने। अनि पहिलो कोरिन्थी 7 अध्यायले हामीलाई एकले अर्कालाई यौनको निम्ति इन्कार नगर भनेर पहिलो कोरिन्थी 7 अध्यायको 1 देखि 5 पदमा स्पष्टसँग पावलले बताउनु भएको छ। छोटो प्रार्थना समयको निम्ति, समझदारीको निम्ति, कहिलेकाहीँ बिमारी हुँदाखेरि एकले अर्कालाई इन्कार गर्नु ठिकै छ, बाध्यताले छोड्दाखेरि अर्को कुरा हो, तर दुवैजना सँगै छ श्रीमान श्रीमती, तर श्रीमतीले 40 दिनको उपवास गर्छ र उसले धर्मको नाममा उसले श्रीमानको इच्छालाई इन्कार गर्दाखेरि मैले दिने तर्क के हो भने तपाईको त्यही धर्मको कारणले त्यो श्रीमान अर्को व्यक्तिसँग जान पनि सक्छ। विशेष गरिकन ऊ क्याटेगोरी ए स्वभावको छ, उसलाई दिनदिनै धेरै यौन चाहिने हो भने 40 दिनसम्म रोकिदिँदाखेरि उसको प्रेमको नदी त बग्नुपर्छ। बग्न पाएन भने सजिलैसँग हुन्छ भन्ने व्यक्ति आउँदाखेरि त्यसैले परीक्षामा पारिदिन सक्छ। त्यही कारणले तपाईँ बलियो छ प्रार्थनामा, तपाईँ शक्तिशाली होला, तपाईँले बुझ्नु भएको छ, तर तपाईँको श्रीमान त बलियो छैन, तयारी छैन। त्यो कारणले गर्दाखेरि श्रीमानको भावनालाई हामीले त्यो लत्याएर उनको असहमति हुँदा सहमति नभइकन पनि 40 दिन वा 100 दिन उपवास चाहिँ यौन बिनाको उपवास गर्छु भनेर भन्दाखेरि त्यसले नेपाली उखानले भने जस्तै सुकी गाँड भन्दाखेरि फुकी जान्छ गाँड भने जस्तै हुन सक्छ। त्यसैले हामीले राम्रो गर्न खोजेको तर त्यसले झन् ड्यामेज गर्न सक्छ। त्यसैले हामी दुवैजना एकजना बाइबल शिक्षकको रूपमा भन्ने हो भने त्यो कुरा गर्नलाई हामी उत्साह दिन चाहँदैनौँ। त्यसैले एकअर्कालाई इन्कार नगर भनेको छ बाइबलले। बाइबल सेज डु नट डिनाई each other.
Yeah.
So saying no for 40 days, 100 days can be a dangerous thing. It can lead your husband to the sexual sin. So that's why our Nepalese ladies, you need to be careful. And other times also, when people are angry and they are in bad mood and they always often deny the desire of sexual desire for of each other, they will find other people who will say yes.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because in Bible, Potiphar's wife,
oh yes,
we see her sexual desire is not met by husband because he's busy out working, too much working, coming and sleeping, going again.
Yeah.
He has too much money, he has too much fame, name, but he doesn't provide sexually.
Yeah, that's true. And I think most Christian couples, even though they're angry or not having sex, they will not easily commit adultery. I mean, that's a very big step. But the sad thing is they are also not happy together. They're not satisfied together and they suffer together. And God's plan is that we are united, that we're happy, that we enjoy our life. You know? And they're missing out on that thing. And maybe that teaching 100-day fasting, 40-day fasting comes out of frustration where they're not having a sexual fulfilling life. And a husband who wants to have sex, but the wife said, I don't want this dirty thing, you know? So that might lead to that kind of philosophies. So that's one of the reasons I'm writing this book. No?
Okay,
May
now
your
let's move to
fountain
this.
be blessed.
How can our fountain, which is sex life, be blessed? How to enrich your fountain?
Well, the first biggest thing is we work on those 4 pillars.
Okay.
Loving
So
and
that's the
respecting
foundation.
Husband and wife, understanding and trusting each other. And out of that comes a desire to be intimate, to be together. Now, if we want to enjoy intimate sexual life,
Mhm.
we also need to know some basic technical skills.
Mhm.
Otherwise, sexual life is still frustrating. No?
Mhm.
And sadly, I don't think many Nepali Christians
Mhm.
or Nepali in general get a good sexual education.
Okay.
They're not getting it in school,
Mhm.
they're not getting it in church, they're
Mhm.
not getting it from the parents.
Mhm.
And the young people might get it from internet,
Internet.
from pornography, dirty magazines. So then they get the wrong idea. No? But nobody is
So
teaching.
when church doesn't teach in right way,
Mhm.
when church says this is so to say ungodly, this is
Mhm.
difficult subject, they will find easy ways,
Other ways, yeah.
other ways,
Yeah.
wrong
no,
ways,
or no ways,
Uh-huh.
and then
they will be in problem.
you'll be driving a car without
Okay.
ever having any teaching.
License.
huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
and
teaching also is important.
teaching is very important.
Like
Now-
that's why your book, I think
Yeah.
soon this book is coming. May your fountain be blessed. This is in English.
Yes.
Are you planning to do this in Nepali?
yes,
For
first of
Nepali,
all,
Nepali world?
it's not finished, so
Uh-huh.
I'm going to finish this one in hopefully
Few
a
months.
couple of months,
Mhm.
and then I need a good translator to adjust it to Nepali culture,
Mhm.
and it will be on a website called blessedfountain.info.
Okay. Blessedfountain.info.
Yes, the website is already active,
Uh-huh.
but the book will be there soon as an
Okay.
ebook and
Okay.
as a PDF, so
Mhm.
people can download.
Free. Or-
Preferably for a donation, but if it doesn't work technically, then people can freely download
Okay.
the book as well. Yes.
Okay. Mhm.
But so, and
Okay. Now let's
Mhm.
talk about one of the, let's say, lack
Mhm.
of education is also
Mm. Yes.
the part.
Yeah.
What is the importance of foreplay
Uh-huh.
in sex life?
Foreplay in sex life is crucial, especially for the woman. Huh?
Mhm.
Woman and male and female, we are very different in our sexual makeup.
Mhm.
And mostly men are always interested in sex.
Mhm.
Morning, evening, or afternoon, doesn't matter. As soon as they see their wife, they're interested in sex. That's how our hormones work. no?
Mhm.
Women are different. Sex is usually not even on their mind.
Mhm.
And they think about other things, and the hormones work different.
Mhm.
So to work on a good relationship, a man has to warm up his wife, prepare his wife, and that is part of the foreplay.
Mhm.
Giving compliments, being social, giving attention to his wife, and preparing for a woman to have sex. The setting needs to be almost perfect. Huh? There should be no children in the house, no grandmother in the house. There should be time to relax. We should smell nice. Every woman has their different ways of getting interested in a sexual relationship.
Mhm.
So a man has to get to understand, how does my wife become sexually interested? No? What
Mhm.
motivates her, what stimulates her, and what makes her interested in having sex with me.
Mhm.
And if he does not do that, he goes to bed in the evening and his wife is totally not interested in sex.
Mhm.
So then foreplay is very important in the sexual play.
Songs of Solomon
Songs of Solomon,
gives us so much big idea about that.
so many big ideas, yes.
And sometimes Nepali culture, or even in the church in general, we
Mhm.
have spiritualized that. God
Yes.
is the bride.
Yeah.
God is my husband, and this is the spiritualizing, but
Yes.
not really looking at literally.
No.
That's teaching us husband and wife's relationship. Or we
Yes.
should say there is time for everything. Yes, there is time to see it spiritually, but there is time to see
Yeah.
it literally.
Yes. Yes. So in my book also I did one journey through the Old Testament,
Mhm.
looking at what does the Bible say about sex.
Mhm.
One journey through the New Testament,
Mhm.
and a separate chapter on Song of Songs.
Okay.
How do we apply that? How can we see that really as part of our sexual education?
Uh-huh.
Because I think that is originally a book about sexual life.
What are the very interesting thing you have found in Book of Sex about
Mhm.
Book of Solomon
Solomon.
about sex?
One interesting thing,
What are the interesting things?
many interesting things, but the most interesting is the word play they play to each other.
Mhm.
Your hair is like this, your nose is like this, your body is like
Praising.
this. They're both praising each
Mhm.
other a lot,
Together,
and that,
touching.
and that is creating the
Mhm.
desire to be
Mhm.
together. Yes.
Mhm.
So that
Mhm.
almost half the book is like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
Words, good comforting words.
Yes.
Which is very important.
Yes.
And touch is also very important especially for the ladies.
Yes, and for the men.
For the man, yeah.
Both, yeah.
So both needs to understand their
Yes.
husband and wife.
Yes.
How does it work for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have another book. You said the
Sira Sayoki.
Sir and Soyagi. What kind of book is that?
Sira Yasoki, Sira Sayoki
Okay.
has a head and helper.
Okay, head and helper.
Now in the West there are two dirty words.
Okay. Like what was that?
Like many Western ladies don't want to read this book. They think it's boss and servant.
Okay.
Well, if the Bible uses not the word boss and servant,
Okay.
but head and helper.
Okay.
And the book gives the understanding, what does the Bible mean by that? So being the head of the wife is not being the boss of the wife, because it said the husband is the head of the wife, like Christ is the head of the church, and he sacrificed himself for the church. So being the head is a person who sacrifices himself for his wife, in love, agape love. And being the helper, it's not being the servant. I mean, the Holy Spirit is my helper. God is my helper. They're not my sweeper, they're not my cleaner. No? So the word helper doesn't put somebody down, it actually lifts somebody up. It's somebody who knows more than me and can enable me to do more than become more than that I am. So it gives two important positive words. And yet that helper, the Bible says, is to be submitted to the husband. So also the wife, she's sacrificing her life. It's not my will, but what does my husband want? So that picture works through the book.
So even though women or wife is talented, genius, brilliant, but when it comes to the family, he must be under the leadership of
yes, of a husband who sacrifices himself for her. And God wants them to be a team, a husband and wife team that works together. Yes.
So honoring
both
each other, honoring.
Yes.
So loving and submitting, both can submit themselves to each other.
Well, being the head means like Jesus. Jesus sacrificed himself for us, and we submit ourselves to Jesus. So that picture Paul paints in Ephesians 5, and that works in that book.
Yeah, Jesus, even though he was a boss, or so to say head, he was washing the feet of
His disciples. Yes.
So head doesn't mean the boss, ruler.
No, he didn't say, I did not come to serve, to be served, but to serve.
Yes, exactly.
And the same that works in the marriage.
So we, as the feminist movement in the world, teaches that women has a right, women has a power, women also needs to, why should be they under the authority of man and
sadly,
husband?
that comes because women have always been persecuted by the church, by other societies. Woman has been put down. The only thing people remember from Ephesians 5 is usually wife submit to your husband, period. But that's not the whole story. That is abuse. So because of that, there is that feministic movement. We don't want to be abused. We don't want to be put down. But that's not what the Bible tells us. That's what the church made of it through history. But the Bible actually gives a very beautiful picture of husband and wife being equal in value and being submitted to one, committed to one another. And then that gives value to both of them.
Okay. Now I think we are almost at the end of our talk. So, what are the very important messages regarding family, love, and sex you want to say to our Nepali viewers?
What I would like to say to Nepali families, see marriage and sex as a God-given thing. It's marriage is not to put each other down, but to build each other up. If we will work on those 4 pillars in our marriage, we'll have a strong marriage. And then sex is a gift from God to enjoy between husband and wife. And the more we cultivate that, the stronger our marriage will remain. And that takes time. If we give our time, all our time and energy to work, to church, to other activities, our marriage will suffer. And ultimately, Christ will suffer. Because every marriage that divorces Christian, I mean, our Lord is being humiliated, and His name is being say, hey, Christians are no different from Hindus or Buddhists or whatever. So if we want to have a strong testimony as Christians, we need a strong marriage and with a healthy family life. And the more we work on that, the more we will be blessed ourselves, and the more God will be blessed through our life. That would be my message.
Thank you. दर्शकवृन्दहरूलाई म सानो जानकारी दिन चाहन्छु प्रेमको नदीलाई कसरी नियन्त्रण गर्ने भन्ने यो सानो पुस्तिका छ तपाईले GFA-मा अझै पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ वा नेपालको विभिन्न ठाउँहरुमा
No, this one is through YWAM published.
Okay, तपाईले यो खोज्न सक्नुहुन्छ पुस्तक पसलहरुमा यही कुरा तपाईले कन्ट्रोलिङ द रिभर अफ लाइफ अंग्रेजीमा पनि पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ यो इन्डिया तिर पनि छापिएको छ त्यसपछि यो आउँदै गरेको पुस्तक शिर र सहयोगी भन्ने पुस्तक पनि GFA मा हुनुपर्ने हो र मे यो फाउन्टेन बी ब्लेस्ड तपाईले युट्युबमा के रे इन्टरनेटमा पाउन सक्नुहुन्छ त्यस्तै गरिकन विवाहको बारेमा तपाईले अरु किताब पनि पढ्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने हाम्रो लाजस थुलुङको किताबहरु पनि प्रशस्त छ मेरो किताब विवाहको रहस्य पनि तपाईले खोजेर पढ्न सक्नुहुन्छ र यसरी किताब पढेर परमेश्वरको शिक्षाहरु लिएर हामी अगाडि बढ्न सक्छौं फाइनली थ्यांक यू सो भेरी मच फर योर टाइम कमिङ अल द वे here and teaching to the Nepali people here. Appreciate your time.
And it's impressive. I'm really blessed to be able to teach in Nepal. I really love Nepal, love the Nepali people, love the Nepali food, and it's always a blessing to be here. And especially also to see the church continue to grow, multiply all over the place. Every time I come back, I hear about new churches and new things, and it's a tremendous blessing to be part of what God is doing in Nepal. So thank you also for giving me that privilege.
Thank you for your time.
Honor. Yeah.
Blessings.
God bless.
समयले हामीलाई बिदा माग्ने सङ्केत दिइसकेको छ त्यसैले प्रविधिका सम्पूर्ण सहयोगी लगायत म सुखदेव गिरीलाई पनि आजको निम्ति आज्ञा दिनुस् जय मसीह तपाईको दिन शुभ रहोस्